This is a resume review of a product manager. So, what we're going to be looking for is going to be a little bit different. Normally, there's a lot of hard coded keywords. Here, we're going to be looking more for how you did stuff, not necessarily just with the keywords. There's still going to be some, but so this is going to be how you built, how you launched and grew multiple products. Again, within budget and ahead of schedule, ideally. Um, if you can, oh, that got cut off, but it's explaining complex topics and communicating cross functionally. So throughout the entire organization, how you communicated with stakeholders, both internal and external, and SQL. SQL is a plus. I don't think it's critical, but it is a plus to have. And then how you solve the problem with your leadership. So these are what we're going to be looking for. So, first off, I like the formatting. It's clean, it's concise. This is perfecto. Uh, I think so. Typically, what I like to do, there's a small nitpick, is I like the name here, the the phone number and email here, and then a link to the LinkedIn or GitHub. And then here, where the email is, I typically like having the location. And then if you are a United States citizen, it is beneficial to put that, or green card holder, because that way it can get away from people's biases, which, there's a reason we have laws against that. And I want to protect everybody from it as much as I can. So, then we have the University of California, which is fine, physics. Then we have product built and drove our development pipeline from ideation to feature development on our flagship application by incorporating customer feedback into collaboration between sales and engineering. That's not bad. I like it. I don't know if I really need drove our development. Um, and I know ideation works. Truthfully, I would just say something like built our development pipeline from start to finish for our flagship application while incorporating customer feedback cross functionally between sales and engineering, so and stakeholders. That way you can get a couple of them. I think it's a solid sentence. There's just a nitpick. So establish a scalable customer support framework, internal engineering ticketing by leveraging modern support tests, allowing us to track bugs and respond to customers quickly and effectively. So I don't know if that's really any of these, truthfully. This is actually the correct use of leveraging, I will say. But I don't know if the other stuff is okay, really. So, created, implementing, or training an onboarding process for all new customers, including support materials, videos that boosted customer success with our device. That's solid. Representing the company at major medical shows, beginning to have the company assisting sales. So what I'm missing here is I see a lot of the first one, which is good, shows you built it, but I also need to see, did you do it under budget? Did you do it within budget? Did you do it ahead of schedule? Did you communicate with other internal, external stakeholders? What other tools did you use? Did you use Excel? Did you use Visual Basics? That's probably not that one. Excel? Did you use Word? Did you PowerPoints? Did you explain complex topics? So you have a lot of number one bullet point, but not a lot of the rest of them. So I do like this one, which is representing the company at various shows, speaking on behalf of the company assisting sales. I like this. I think this is fine. Some job description would probably want that. So personally design, test, and receive clearance on algorithms. Yeah. So again, it's not bad. My issue is I really only see the building, launching, and growing. I need to see how you explained these topics to customers, how it led to retention, how it led to sales. Did you communicate directly with internal stakeholders and how that ended up for you? Did you use any tools? You still need some. It's not going to be primary focused on the tool keywords like SQL, but you should still have some, such as just like, created PowerPoint presentations and Excel documents to give to internal, external stakeholders. That would be like a perfect sentence if you did it. And then how you solved a problem with your leadership, not with leadership. Sorry, how you solved a problem with your leadership. So there was a problem, and like, how did you solve it? Right? Like maybe there was a small issue of customer retention, so you created a internal team cross functional, which under your direction led to an increase of sales. That would be fine. You don't even have to do like percentages. So um yeah, that's why I don't know if I could really pass this. I feel like you're definitely not the worst resume I would see if I was doing this, but I don't know if you would have enough to give to the hiring manager. Although I will say the representing the company at medical shows is probably a good bullet point that I did forget. So that's a good catch. So that's my review on this resume. And I don't think there's going to be a ton of changes that you really need to make because you can probably just slot in these in a couple of bullet points. So there you go. This is a machine learning intern. The INT is cutting off the rest of it. So most internships are the same. This is going to be a master's position or PhD. So the qualifications are going to be a little bit different than a bachelor's type intern. So we're going to be looking for their primary coding language, Java, Python, C. I think it's probably going to be Python. I don't see a lot of them that do it in Java, but maybe there's one or two. But your primary language. Then we're going to look for these words: ML, machine learning, AI, NLP, neural linguistic processing, I think it was. I had a position for that a very long time ago. LLM, which is large language models. In addition, you may want to spell them out once, but we'll see about that. SQL, how you communicate. Um, Communication is very important. For other internships, I have two bullet points about that. For this one, you need to show that you can talk to people and explain complex topics to people that do not know the subject matter. That is going to be critical. And then any of these, it's going to depend on the role, which is going to be Spark, PyTorch, CI/CD. I hate coding names. And then your education, because they're going to want to know that. So, uh, let's see. AI ML student with 3 years experience in cloud architecture. Let's see. Experience in real time data analysis. Those are the right keywords. So here's my issue with it's not letting me highlight this. Sorry. So here's my issue with this little section in a lot of resumes is it's a big old blob. And it's very possible that they may miss some of the keywords that you need because of this blob. I don't like this section. I think it should be 3 lines maximum, maybe. But so it's like vector databases. I haven't seen anybody. Uh, Lambda index, LangChain, no. Apache Kafka, which for other positions, but I haven't seen it. Elasticsearch, but I have seen like Azure, AWS. So, all right, let's see this machine learning engineer. If this was an internship or this is current, you need to put intern or current, unless this was a position that was only this long, which admittedly it might have been. This has been a very rough year for IT. So developed custom AI, good. We have AI broker for materials, improving regulatory compliance, RAG accuracy, binary project. I don't know if see the rest of this is not what I'm looking. I want instead, I want this to be a summary sentence that says like built a custom AI broker using keyword, uh, which allowed us to do Y. So increased LLM accuracy to 95%. Okay, by implementing structured chaining for waste recycles. So again, right keyword, I need more. How did you increase LLM accuracy? I don't know. I'm the recruiter. Pretend I'm a fool. It's I know people are gonna rage at me in the comments, but just pretend I am. Maybe you don't have to pretend. But yeah, fine-tuned bypass and reducing time to check a query. No. PostgreSQL Azure. So yeah, these are some good keywords, but like there's a lot of them, right? Because like you have to go through all of this, and then you see AI, which is good. Then you see LLM. Then you see PostgreSQL in Azure, but they may miss that. So I want this instead to be the first sentence to be a summary, which basically just says, sorry, um, developed a custom AI broker using blankety blankety blank uh, and blankety blankety blank. Okay, you don't necessarily need to do 90% open source, remarkable models. None of the ones that I was seeing cared about that. I don't think any of those were in the job description. Maybe the manager might, but that's an iffy situation. Fine-tune ML bypass. So yeah, implemented for enhancing made for Azure DevOps. Microservices, that's good. I missed it. That probably should be on there. Cloud operations. Served as an Azure DevOps and Datadog trainer, upskilling 11 dev team members in cloud operations. So here's a sentence right here, where you can actually use communication. This is a good communication sentence and should probably be higher. So served as the Azure DevOps trainer, whatever, Datadog, I don't know. I hate IT. Hate IT names. Azure DevOps and Datadog trainer, where I taught 11 dev team members stuff like cloud and hoopla and potato salad or whatever it is. Uh, and monitoring practices, which improved their code or whatever by X. This is a phenomenal communication one because they want to make sure that you can actually talk with people. So otherwise, I think the big thing is I'm just missing a lot of keywords and there's a lot of the same. Like I like the fact that LLM is in a lot of them. That's good. But I want more. And then so okay, here's actually the thing. Education should be at the top. Uh, this in the case, specifically an internship, they may assume that somebody's a bachelor, but a lot of these need you to be in a master's or PhD program. So you should have that at the top. Nothing crazy, right? Like just this line. You could have this on two, and then this on one or something. So it'd be no more than 3 lines, and that'd be good. So would I move this forward? I don't know. Um, I really don't know. It's probably gonna be a no, but it's really going to depend on how many people are going to apply and what the manager directly was looking for. But I'm going to say probably a no because most of the skills are in the blob. It has a lot of AI, which is good, but it doesn't have a lot of the rest of the stuff. And the communication isn't quite there except for here, which is all the way at the bottom. You don't have to scroll all the way down here for a keyword. Uh, because most recruiters have between 15 and 30 seconds to look at a resume. So probably a no is what I'd rate this. And now that you are in chat, I'm going to actually talk to you so I can give you more help with this than just this, but this is going to be the end of the video. So like, comment, and subscribe and do all that cool stuff because it helps me out. So later, y'all. So we've got a cybersecurity engineer. And full disclosure, I've done a lot of stuff in IT and tech. I've not done cybersecurity. That is something that I have not done. So take this review with a grain of salt. I don't like giving bad advice, but I know at least a little bit of how recruiters think. So hopefully this can at least guide you on how this works. And it honestly looks like before you even do this, you would have about 35 applications to one interview. If that is a rate that you're holding, that's not a bad interview rate. It may mean you don't need a lot of changes to your resume. So, what I did find is, quite frankly, going to be an insane amount of keywords that is going to differ drastically based on what you're going to do. So, you don't necessarily need all of these, but you should have some of these, which is going to be the word security device, CCNA, ISO. Uh, ISO is a compliance standard, so also compliance standard. I know there's a lot of different ones, and again, that's going to determine your industry. CISSP, ITIL certifications, a lot of certifications. Certifications are very important. Firewalls, TCP, IP, IDS, IPS, firewalls, and endpoint security. I found those in multiple ones. And yes, I am serious. Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. There was a specific job on there that was for a sports team whose name immediately escapes me. Clippers, maybe? I don't know. And they actually had that as a requirement. So, in addition, cloud, whichever one, again, endpoint protection. So, I guess the word endpoints and compliance in general. So, let's see what I can go based on that. So, perform trios initially security alerts, resolving an average 40 incidents a day, mostly from project influence threat detection. Okay. Perform proactive threat hunting, CrowdStrike tools, uh, escalated critical security threats such as associated phishing, like the adversary in the middle, to clients, enabling a swift incident. So I'm not seeing any of these keywords, but again, this might just be my lack of experience specifically with this type of industry. So let's see, URL scans, IoTs, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm gonna make a guess that this is not a bad resume, but you're gonna need some keywords here. In addition, I know it says cybersecurity analyst. They said I could do, they're looking for cybersecurity engineer or analyst positions, and I'm doing specifically cybersecurity engineers, unless they are similar. Again, not something I've recruited for. Provided training mentorship on junior. I like that one. Let's see. Collaborated with clients with security vendors. So monitored putty system and downtime BUSAs. Support. Okay, certifications. Here we go. These should be up top. Um, it's not too long and it's good to just have it here. In addition, if you have your bachelor's, that was something I didn't put on here, but it was a requirement on a lot of jobs that you had an equivalent amount of, uh, schooling essentially. So, I am noticing a lack of a couple of these, a lot of these keywords, but again, maybe this is specific ones you're not going for. So my advice, which again, grain of salt, is I would try to find out your exact niche in cybersecurity engineering and find a lot more of the keywords that they're going to be using. Because I think the way you structure your sentences are good. You just need a little bit more of the keywords based on it. In addition, I think your education should be up top, and then under it should be your certification, just so that it shows. Because it also shows cloud, which is a lot of them at once. So you have a certain cloud that's good. Um, and then if you have anything involving ISO, put that in, or compliance, that kind of thing. And I know ISOs vary. There's just a bunch of numbers based on that. So that is going to be my review for this. Honestly, I want to know what you think of it based on what you have and what you've experienced. But I really hope that helps because I don't like giving bad advice. So I'm just telling you up front how little I know specifically about cybersecurity, but I do know recruiters, and I'm going to make an educated guess that would be wrong, that you might be missing out on a couple of opportunities specifically because your keywords are not going to be in the resume. Because there are a couple, I'm pretty sure that IOCs are there as well, along with MFA, but they need to be a little bit clearer. So that's my vote for this. I'm not going to decide whether or not this gets passed to the hiring manager or not, because I would have needed more information directly from the hiring manager on what we would be searching for before I would do the search myself. So you've got a big old from me, and I hope that helps. Make sure if it did to like, comment, and subscribe, or if it's not, just yell at me in the comments. It's fine. I have thick skin. So, all right. Good luck out there. I am rooting for you.